been here almost all my life. I moved away for about 13 years to check out some things, but came back and they've been here for the last 20 years. So yeah, it's it's a beautiful place, great town.
Great town and everything. We got a caller already. Let's take a caller already.
Yeah.
Caller, you're live on the Morning Jive.
On the Morning Jive, I just want to say good morning to my son and my favorite.
Hey, there's Pop over there.
Hey,
All right.
you cut him off. What was that again?
I want to cut that last part off.
No. Let's rewind. What was that?
Oh, my favorite peaches.
There you go.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right. Dad, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Y'all still got a lot of green on your screen, you know.
Yeah, we got to get a new camera. We apologize. We're having some difficulties on that part. They did get the picture in the studio updated on the computers and stuff, and but the camera is something we're still waiting on.
Oh, okay.
So just be patient with us.
I will. I always am.
All right.
Yeah, we're having rain about the same as y'all in the afternoon. It's supposed to rain this evening. It's rain tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be hot this weekend.
Yeah.
Same here.
All right, Dad.
All right. Well, you two take care of yourself.
All right, we love you.
I love you.
All right, then. All right. Well, it's always nice to hear from Dad. Well,
It is always nice to hear from Dad.
Let's talk about your dad a little bit, too.
Well,
talk about Dad, so your mom and Dad, and the history with Old Fort. It's been here for a number of years. I remember it was down on First Street.
Yeah, it's been here since the 50s.
Yeah.
And it started out in a building called the Little Old Fort, downtown on First Street, right across from Mille Lacs Lake and Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only set 48 people, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And now one of the dining rooms that we have now is bigger than what it was, counting kitchen and the whole building, really. And so we've grown. We've expanded. We sit about 125 now.
Yeah. So how's business for you guys there?
We're blessed. We're blessed.
Yeah.
Business is great for us.
Yeah. I know the Liars Table. I was there yesterday, and the Liars Table there. I mean, you got that thing packed out now.
It's full throttle. Yeah, it's full throttle, so it's going pretty good.
We got a bird in the studio here on the floor.
I thought I seen one walk by me.
I thought you were going to say a mouse when you were pointing to the floor. I was getting ready to see you later, guys.
I was like, I thought it would be a mouse. I wasn't going to say anything, but I looked, it was a bird. So we still have a bird in the studio. So, but anyway, but Scott, tell us a little bit. It's always important, and I appreciate anybody putting their name on a ballot. I mean, that means a lot, for that person. But tell us a little bit about why you want to run.
Well, basically, Tommy, it's one of those things where if you're going to gripe enough, or if you're going to complain, you need to get off the bench and do something about it. Everybody's got the right to complain. Everybody's got the right to question. But sometimes you need to just get up and do something about it, or if you feel like you can do better, get out there and change it.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I mean, your younger generation seems like it's taking an interest in the politics and the way the city and county's running, and it's a good thing when we get young people involved in this.
It is. It's a very good thing. Hope a lot of young people get out to vote. I tried to sign up. I signed up probably a dozen kids that had just turned 18 and wanting to vote, and I was like, "Hey, we got to get out and get and vote. You got to learn to vote. You're right." Yeah,
that's it. You're right, and that's a special thing. We actually with Kelsey, our youngest, she actually voted the first time we were with her, and it was something special.
Yeah, it's exciting. It really is,
because the kids know they've got a voice in what's going on.
Yeah.
So, but right now, as far as Cleveland, what are some of the things that you see there's opportunities with Cleveland that you think that Cleveland can do, or you can bring with Cleveland on the city council?
I hope to bring my small business, what I've learned in small business to the board. Cleveland is blowing up. It is a great community. We have great industry. We've got more industry coming. There's nothing that you can really say negative about Cleveland, especially the city of Cleveland, with its school systems, its first responders. It's hard to say anything bad about Cleveland. I just want to bring my small business, what I've learned over the years, and try to put that to it and help Cleveland grow. Because we're going to grow regardless, so we've got to instead of us working for growth, we've got to let growth work for us. And I think we've had that tax increase, And,
I like to call it an investment.
Yeah, it is an investment. It is an investment because, we needed one. And it's, I just hope, the reason I'm running is I hope I can be there to help make sure that money goes in appropriate positions, that we're not wasting money, that we're putting money back into what we need other than just, going here and going there. Because let's face it, most time when people get more money, they spend more money. And I say that not to say that I'm going to hoard money up, but to make sure it goes in the right spots, to make sure it goes to our infrastructure, it goes to our schools, it goes to where it needs to be for us to grow.
Well, that's one of the things that we did. We've had options, and we picked option 3. It's like behind door number 1, 2, and 3. We pick option 3, and that was to fund, like you said, infrastructure, which we're doing some major projects. It's about $9 million. Also, the school has got a new elementary school.
Yep.
And also, we got a new fire department over there on the APD 40, and got 12 new firefighters. We got 12 new police officers. So all that money is funded. Where it's actually going is funded. So we don't have any other money on that, but the things that we wanted and people that want it, we funded those things. So it's,
it's the city, the council is taking steps to get there.
Yeah.
I still think there's some steps that they could take.
Yeah.
So I had a problem with the way they funded the training center and the way they funded the deputy chief. They never really funded it. They took it out of the fire department's fund budget that they'd already proposed to have. So I had a couple of problems with that. But I think going forward they've got a good plan for it. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you think about downtown? I've asked everybody about downtown. Downtown is you used to be downtown.
Mm-hmm. Used to be downtown. Yeah.
And what's your thought of downtown renovation? Do you think that's a good thing moving?
I think it's a good thing moving, but I think we have to crawl into it. I think we have to step back, make sure we make the right decisions for long term. The thing about downtown is we can't just work in the middle of downtown. We've got to work outside of downtown. And I'm talking we've got to go 6-7 blocks outside of downtown to make downtown where it can be attractive. Because here's the thing. If downtown businesses, if they can't get people to come down there to spend money, you're not going to get businesses downtown. I don't think it's the city's part to help give breaks or anything to people that own property downtown so they can fix up their buildings. They bought downtown for a reason. They can afford to do it. I think, like I said, I think we should crawl into it. We should check things. We shouldn't just put Band-Aids up to cover up wounds. Whirlpool, I think they're coming up with a plan. I think we should be patient with them, walk with them, and go along with them in this process. And if they take another year, another 2 years, so be it. I think that they have been faithful to the City of Cleveland, so the City of Cleveland should pay them back. They are taxpayers. They're taxpayers. And it's like the old saying goes, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. They feed a lot of jobs. And, I don't think people realize how close they were to leaving Cleveland at one time.
Yeah.
And, I'm not saying they're going to leave just because of the thing, but it's better to have a good relationship than it is a bad relationship.
Well, sometimes you got to play that old poker hand, you got to hold them close, and, you really don't want to move too much, but you got to hold out and make sure that you can get everything you want on that part. So, there's some bluffing going on, but anyway, with downtown too, and what I've expressed for that is, they've got 1,400 employees out there. And they want our Cleveland downtown to be nice too,
Well, we can't miss the train. I feel like we're already behind compared to.
Oh, we're behind a lot of things.
Oodlewall. I was just down there last night in that Cambridge Square.
Oh yeah,
nice. I had to circle 3 times to find a parking space.
Yeah, and that's just a new development.
Yeah, that's a new development. Yeah,
could that be done downtown? Do you think that could be done behind the museum? There's some talk about that.
I think that could be because there's a lot of property there that could be done. Now you'd have to tear down some older buildings, which
Yeah.
would be fine because some of those buildings are just they're dilapidated. But I think that would be a great project to look at downtown.
You have to have residential down there too, don't you?
Yeah.
How would you face
Well,
that?
it's kind of like if you've been to Chattanooga here lately. So they've got some. If you'll look off the road, you'll see some residential housing apartment duplex complexes right off a road, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know that was there, and it's behind, right down the street from Clyde's on Main. So there's some places that you just have to find the property to do it. You can do it. It's just finding it and getting, the zoning and everything right on it. And like I said, I think downtown I think Cleveland has kind of let things pass them by. I don't know for what reason. I think we've dropped the ball on our downtown. I think you look at some places that are our size that have beautiful downtowns. Asheville comes to mind. It has a beautiful downtown. It has a neat downtown.
And we have a built-in audience downtown.
Yeah.
We've got Lee, University.
Lee University, and everything they touch looks fantastic. If they build it, it looks fantastic. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there's another one that's close to my heart that I feel like Cleveland has dropped the ball on, and that's youth sports.
Okay.
You can go to Chattanooga, Ooltewah, and they're having youth sports like crazy at their venues, at their ballparks, at their gyms. Cleveland's trying to do that. A couple of guys are trying to bring a lot of youth sports to Cleveland. But you think about that. We were at, my little girl plays basketball, and we were at a basketball tournament, and they had about, I think, 60 teams. Now, there's 10 kids to a team. Average 1.5 parent to a team. There's a lot of people going to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, motel.
I always thought we needed one of those big sports complexes.
Yeah, what's your thought about that? Because City's been kicking that around. I know Joe 5 is
I think it's a great idea.
Have a complex that actually, and I'll be honest with you, I was out with those and through Tullahoma, and we looked at some complexes, multi-complexes, as a swimming area, and I'm saying some things maybe I'm not supposed to say, and courts, basketball courts, so we can be basketball courts and volleyball at the same time.
They're all in
to really host some activities.
I think it's a great idea. There's a place in Gatlinburg called Rocky Top Sports, and that place stays packed out year round, and it's amazing. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Would you be willing to make an investment in something like that if you were on city council then?
Yeah, I'd look at the numbers, see if it's viable for the cost per us, and how we could fund it, and how long it would take us to get it built and refunded.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm big into youth sports because for one, I've seen, how it can help cities and help. Just
keeps a lot of kids out of trouble.
It keeps a lot of kids out of trouble. It brings a lot of. Like I said, you can go to a ball tournament and you can look, and there's, 60 teams. There's so many families, grandparents. There's a lot of people spending a lot of money.
Yeah, AAU is a big thing. I know you coach a little bit.
Yeah.
And your wife is a coach also, very good player at Clemson, and so y'all got sports runs throughout y'all's veins on that part.
We do.
Y'all are very active in that, and we appreciate you on that part. But
it's not only basketball anymore, though. It's baseball,
baseball,
soccer,
volleyball, soccer.
It's year round.
Even football. We had Johnny Mullen here the other day. He was talking about 7-on-7. I said, "Well, football." He said, "No, Tom." He said, "That football's even got it now."
Yeah, that's 7-on-7,
and they travel. So it's really maybe an opportunity then.
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity you can have, and Cleveland has the facilities to do it. That's the thing. Especially for ball fields and soccer fields, because Cleveland's got a beautiful soccer complex. If you've never, it is a nice soccer complex. City's got the tools and the resources to start to do it, and like you said, to look at building a complex to house basketball and everything. The arena right now, they hold a dozen or so basketball tournaments a year this year so far, and you talk about that place is packed out, and seeing people in it, using it, talking about how nice it is, it means a lot.
Yeah, it's good for the community, good for the school system too. So, we talked a little bit about where you're at, where you're going, and if elected, what are some of the first things you'd like to see done on council if you are elected on that part? Say you got elected.
It's a good question. I guess I just like to see, just the things that I'm running on, make sure that I fulfill whatever I've told everybody. That I make sure that we're making growth work for us and not us working for growth. Just not making sure that the downtown project is funded properly. And like I said, it's not just money thrown into and we don't know what we get out of it. Those are the things. The only thing that I can say that the city council has done in the past 15 years or 10 years, whatever it is that they probably should have looked at doing a small, doing a tax increase before they laid it on you to do such a big one.
I am wholeheartedly being on there, the new one on there, wholeheartedly. But there's some tough decisions you have to make sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And when you don't take care of things, you have to step up, and they're not easy decisions.
No, they're not easy decisions.
But,
it couldn't have been an easy decision to do what y'all did.
Yeah.
I get that, and I get that money. A government needs money. I understand that too.
Well, just imagine running your business on the same budget from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just it's not
viable. You can't do it. And that's the reason I think the past, some of the past councils would probably have made that bad decision just because they didn't want to make anybody mad, or they were trying to be, they did the city an injustice by
good platform to run on.
Yeah, they really did. They just made a city. They did an injustice to the city by not. Okay, we're going to have to go up in 5. You're going to have to do something. And then, small increments. And then, when y'all got back on there, it'd have been another small increment. It wouldn't have been, the one that everybody's like, they gasp on.
Yeah.
And then they get mad at you.
And I've got a lot of councilmen been on there for a number of years, and they spoke out on that part. They should have done it earlier, and I admire them for that. I mean, I've got total respect for them. But if not done what we did, I will make sure that the elementary school would be probably the only thing we'd fund. There wouldn't have been 12 firefighters.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been 12 police officers at it. The fire station would have came to a halt. This infrastructure project would have gone away. All the stuff we're doing on it. So and then we just fall farther and farther behind.
Exactly, because in all reality, if you look at national numbers and everything, we're still a fire station behind.
We are. We're still a
fire station behind. So imagine if you don't do that, and then you're 2 fire stations behind. And our first responders, police department, fire department, they do a great job. I don't think people understand how good a job they do with what they had until now it's starting to come into them, because they did a fantastic job. I mean, they have an ISO rating, the fire department does, of a 3. Probably could be a 2 by the end of this year when they do the re-ratings. There's not many I think there's one other county in the state, or one other city, one other fire department in the state that has a 2 ISO rating. And I mean, it's phenomenal what they've done and how they've worked to get better. We have to look forward, because I mean, it's like somebody asked me the other day, would I be in support of expanding our sewer system out to the county without annexing? Well, no, I'm really not. I'm not for that, because we shouldn't lose control of it. Plus, we have to look. That our sewer system down Mass Creek Road was done in 1984. Now imagine how many people have moved out Mouse Creek since 1984.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got to start thinking about things like that. Those are things we got to start looking, because it's still growing out that way. It's still growing out Free Will Road. I mean, you have to look about what we've done, since. I mean,
when you talk about infrastructure, Mouse
that's
Creek,
what you're talking.
and back then it was it's millions and millions of dollars to widen that out, and it's take some yards, some houses
it's take a lot of things,
and we just don't have the funds to do
it.
No,
not right.
We got the soccer complex out there, so when there's an event, that road gets crowded.
Yeah, and I don't think people understand how far the city goes out Mouse Creek.
Oh yeah,
it goes way out
there where the old water treatment plant used to be at.
Yeah,
and so. Well, Scott, tell us a little bit about how can people contact you, or how can they get involved in your campaign? And
they can find me.
Where can they find you at? That's probably the thing. We'll give you.
That's what I was about to say. Tommy, I'll be if I'm elected, I'll be probably the most accessible city councilman there is, because you will find me. I'm at one of two places, home or the Old Fort. Every now and then you might find me on a golf course.
Okay.
But home or the Old Fort.
Or the gym.
Hey, I wish I was at the gym. So I'm at home or the Old Fort, and hey, if anybody has a problem or they need to talk to me or want to come by, all they've got to do is come by the Old Fort. We'll sit down and have a cup of coffee, or I'll buy their lunch, breakfast, or dinner, and we'll work it out, and I'll hear what problem they got. Because that's the thing. I think people want someone to listen.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm here for. I'll be willing to listen to whatever you have to say. And like I said, you can find me at the Old Fort. I've got a Facebook page, Scott McGowan for City Council at large. So, and like I said, if you need me, want to talk to me, come by, call at the Old Fort, 423-339-0446, or message me on Facebook.
All right. Well, Scott, we appreciate you coming in.
Oh,
Anything
thanks for
else you
having
want to
me.
leave our listeners before you leave in the studio on this part?
Well, I just want to make sure that everybody knows I have my wife's in the city school system. I have 5 children. They're all 3 are still in schools, still in schools. I'm invested in Cleveland. My business is in Cleveland. I want to reinvest in Cleveland, and I hope that you'll look on July 13th or August 2nd. You'll look at that vote and say, "Hey, that's the guy I want to do the job."
Push the
for
button,
me.
right? Push the button. That's
Push
what
the
I'm going to
button.
do right now here.
Yeah, I need your votes. So, yeah.
Yeah, we need to be like Trump. Yeah, everybody needs to get off their rumps and get out and
That's
vote.
exactly right.
Well, he
Get
said
out
that
and vote.
last night, man.
Get out and vote.
He said
out
people,
and vote.
he didn't say rumps. He said people get off the A and get out and
Yeah,
vote.
yeah.
So,
I mean, you can't
He
make a
said it.
change or a difference if
No.
you use your voice. You need to get out and vote.
Gotta get,
And
it's your American right to get out and vote. I mean, it's one of the last true things that you own.
and if you don't vote, you don't got to complain,
Oh, you
right?
shouldn't
So
complain.
don't file it.
Get
All right?
out there and
there
vote.
almost needs to be a list of people if you didn't vote. Okay, mark you off. You
Embarrassing.
can't. You cannot. You can't.
You're
you
in
can't
the
complain.
banner the next
Yeah.
day. These
You
are the
cannot
guys that are registered to
complain.
vote.
That's
And that
right.
blows my mind. I mean, you look at the sheriff race. We got 66,000 registered Bradley County voters. And in this sheriff race, we had, 18,000,
blows my mind.
show up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We got to get out and vote and make
But you got
differences and make
50,000
changes.
people complaining about
Oh, yeah. I can't believe they voted that guy.
Well, anyway, Scott, appreciate you. Thanks for coming
No,
in this
thanks for
studio.
having me. I appreciate it, Tom.
All right, and I wish you the best on that and luck, and look
you.
forward to maybe in the future we get to work together.
I hope so. It was good to see you too, Peaches.
All right. Well, we're going to go out here. Let's go to another song here. Another Rod Stewart. The first cut, it's the deepest. How about that? You listen to Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom this morning. Whoop Studio. We're here at Suite 57. Get your cup of Joe and let's go this morning. Or go by the Old Fort and get you a big breakfast there. They were voted family business, so congratulations, Scott, on that part. You were not on that, but all the awards you were on. Best, biscuits, and I think family restaurant and a lot of things. So congratulations. We'll be right back.
I would have given you all my heart.